welcome back to My Unprofessional Opinion Podcast. I'm your host, Angela. So today we're back in the song series and we're doing Walk on the Water by Britt Nicole. So it just starts off with saying, you look around, it's staring back at you, another wave of doubt. Will it pull you under? You wonder. And it's just, how often do you doubt yourself? Maybe you're indecisive. Like me, hello. Any decision can be super major and you can overthink things. You're like, oh, what if I made the wrong decision because now I messed up, I ruined everything, and now who knows what's going to happen. And whenever you're in that mindset, it can be really tough because then you have all these thoughts inside your head, like, what if I messed up? What if this isn't what I was supposed to do? What if this isn't where I'm supposed to be? And that can be really tough because then there's all these doubts in your head that's going to form insecurities and everything if you don't deal with it. And then the song just continues to say, what if I'm overtaken? What if I never make it? What if no one's there? Will you hear my prayer? And like I just said, it can be intimidating. It can be hard when you have doubts and insecurities because they can really just overtake your mind. They can really make you lower how you view yourself because then you're like, oh, I'm not good enough because I didn't get this job. I'm not good enough because this person rejected me. I'm not good enough because fill in the blank. And having that mindset, it's not going to help you at all. It's only going to tear you down. And like I said, lower your self-esteem, lower how you feel about yourself. You're not going to necessarily believe when people give you compliments or tell you that you're so loved, you're so beautiful, you're so worthy. Because whenever you have any sort of thought, it's just like a seed that's in your mind. And then the longer you think about it, the longer you dwell on it, it's going to grow and it's either going to help you or it's not going to help you. It's one or the other. So the doubt's going to lead to insecurity and the insecurity is going to lead to lower self-esteem and just how you view yourself. You're not going to view yourself how God views you. And then the song just says, when you take that first step into the unknown, you know that he won't let you go. And this is something that I've said a million times on this podcast, but I'm just like a lot of you probably. I grew up in church. I grew up hearing that just, oh, trust God, trust that he has a way for your life. And I'm not saying that's wrong, but I think if you're anything like me, I grew up hearing that. So it was in my head. It was there, but could I ever say that I fully believed it or that I knew in my heart that he was really in control, that he had a plan for me. He knows what's best for me. Because a lot of us, myself included, we like being in our comfort zones. We don't want to necessarily step out and take that risk, take that leap of faith, whatever you want to say. So an example, I moved across the country. Some people might think that's kind of dumb because I moved during COVID and just circumstances weren't necessarily the best. But, trusting that this is where God wants me to be, that he has a plan, he's going to lead me, but he doesn't want you to just be a robot and to just lie around and be like, okay, wait for what he has to say. You have to be proactive. You need to take that step. You need to take that leap. You need to do that. And that can be scary. I'm not saying it's not. Like I said, we like to be comfortable. We like to be in our comfort zones. We like to be in control. We like to know what's going on. So the second that it's not, or we're out of place, it can be hard. But then that's where your trust and your faith in God will really develop because you don't really have another choice. And then the song just says, so what are you waiting for? What do you have to lose? Your insecurities, they try to alter you. You're made for more, so don't be afraid to move. Your faith is all it takes in you. You can walk on the water too. Like I was mentioning earlier, your fears and your doubts and your insecurities, they're going to try to hold you back. But as followers of God, you just have to press forward. And I know that's a lot easier said than done, but you really just have to put your faith in him. You have to put your hope in him and find comfort that he is going to guide you. He is going to lead you down the path that he wants you down. It's even when we're scared, even when we're confused, even when we're worried, even when we're uncomfortable, God has it all under control. He wants to guide you. He wants to lead you down the path that he has for you. And, he knows the best way. So just find comfort in that. Find the hope that he's giving you in that. And then it just says, so get out and let your fear fall to the ground. No time to waste. Don't wait. Don't you turn around and miss out everything you were made for. I know you're not sure, so you play it safe, try to run away. So don't waste your life, don't waste your time, don't just be sitting around waiting for that big aha moment, because sometimes, well, most of the time that's not going to happen. Most of the time you're not going to see it super crystal clear because, like I said, God doesn't want us to be super robotic and just following him because we have no other choice. He gave us free will for a reason. We can make our own decisions. He wants us to follow him, obviously. But if you're just sitting around being lazy, waiting for that crystal clear confirmation of go here, do this, meet this person, whatever it is, you're probably going to be waiting for a while because God wants you to be proactive. God wants you to step out in faith. He wants you to trust that he's going to guide you. I feel like I've said this a million times in this episode, but I think that's just so important. But at the same time, you obviously still need to be smart. Like, don't go do anything stupid because God doesn't want that for you either. No one will want that for you. So use wisdom, use discernment, but don't just be lazy waiting for a roaring voice from the sky. And then the song just says, even when it's storming, even when you're broken, even when your heart is telling you to give up, when your hope is stolen, you can't see where you're going, you don't have to be afraid. And I think it's just really important to say, don't let your emotions guide you. Don't let them have control over how you're feeling. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to be thinking like, Angela, I don't have mood swings. But think about it. Something good happens. Most people get happy. Something bad happens. People could get angry or frustrated or sad or overwhelmed or whatever. Whether you have mood swings or not, a lot of times your emotions can control you. And that's something that a lot of people do, myself included sometimes. Like I said, something good happens. I'm normally pretty happy about it. Something bad happens. I'm not normally pretty happy about it. And it's just like our feelings, our emotions, they're always constantly changing, you know what I mean? But I think that if you call yourself a Christian, if you call yourself a follower of God, you can put your hope and you can put your faith and your trust and your comfort that God is never changing. He is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. He loves you so much. He has a plan that he wants you to fulfill. He has this beautiful purpose for your life and for your future. So I think that's just something really amazing that we can take that comfort, we can take that joy in, because whether it's 1 a.m., whether you're driving, you're working, you're reading, you're sitting on your bed contemplating some deep thought that you have, God is with you. God is always going to be with you. So don't be discouraged. Don't let this overwhelming feeling of what am I doing with my life? Where am I going? What's my purpose? Whatever thought you're having, don't let that consume you. And I know that that's a lot easier said than done because, girl, I feel that all the time. But try not to let it consume you, find your comfort in God. Talk to him. He wants to hear your heart, and don't give up. You know what I mean? Like, just keep going to him. He's always there for you. He wants to have a relationship with you. So talk to him, build that relationship, get to know him. So don't just give up and be like, okay, this didn't happen by the time I was blank age, so I'm done. It's not going to happen. Whatever it is. Like, some people are like, oh, I'm going to go to high school, go to college, get married, buy a house, have babies. But then the second that something goes not according to their plan, they're like, oh, I'm done because this didn't happen, it's ruined, it's not going to happen, blah, blah, blah. So don't give up on your future because God has it placed perfectly. He knows what's best for you. He knows what you really need, even if that's not what you want. Anyway, so I hope that this was encouraging. I feel like I repeated myself a lot, but I think it was good. So if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for new episodes every Wednesday. See you guys next time. Bye, folks.